Welcome to our journey into mastering the art of distraction as a powerful emotional management skill. In this video, we'll explore how distraction can help you regain control during intense emotional episodes and why it's a cornerstone of the STEPPS program. Whether you're new to emotional skills training or looking to deepen your understanding, you'll find practical strategies and relatable examples here. Let's begin by understanding what distraction really means in the context of emotional predictability and problem solving, and why it's so important to practice these techniques regularly. Before diving into techniques, it's helpful to set a clear agenda for your emotional skills training. This includes completing your best scale, practicing relaxation or mindfulness, and reviewing your emotional intensity continuum. By tracking where you are emotionally each week, you gain insight into your patterns and progress. This structure helps you stay accountable and focused, making it easier to apply distraction skills when you need them most. Remember, preparation is key to making the most of each session and building lasting habits. Emotional intensity continuum is a valuable tool for recognizing and rating your emotional states. By estimating the percentage of time you spend at each level, you can better understand your triggers and responses. This awareness is the first step toward effective self-management. Each day, take a moment to indicate where you are on the continuum, and reflect on the situations, feelings, physical sensations, and thoughts that accompany those moments. This daily practice builds your emotional vocabulary and helps you spot patterns over time. Skills Monitoring Card is your personal record of the techniques you use to manage emotions. Each week, jot down which skills you practiced, how effective they were, and what you might try next time. This card is a living document, evolving as you discover new strategies and refine old ones. By consistently reviewing your card, you reinforce positive behaviors and create a toolkit you can rely on during challenging times. It's a simple yet powerful way to stay engaged with your progress. Homework assignments are an essential part of emotional skills training. They encourage you to apply what you've learned outside of sessions, deepening your understanding and building confidence. Tasks might include completing your skills monitoring card, estimating your emotional intensity, and practicing distraction activities daily. By engaging with these exercises, you make emotional management a part of your everyday life, not just something you do in a group setting. Consistency is key to lasting change. Portia Nelson's autobiography in 5 short chapters beautifully illustrate the journey of emotional awareness and change. Each chapter represents a stage in recognizing and responding to emotional pitfalls. At first, we may fall into the same emotional traps, feeling lost and helpless. Over time, with practice, we begin to notice patterns, take responsibility, and eventually choose new paths. This story reminds us that growth is a process, and each step forward is a victory. Distracting is the practice of intentionally shifting your focus away from overwhelming emotions by engaging in constructive activities. It's not about ignoring your feelings, but about giving yourself space to regain control. By practicing distraction regularly, you remind yourself that emotional intensity can be managed, and that episodes won't last forever. Remember, distraction is not the time to make major life decisions. Instead, use it as a tool to help you ride out emotional storms safely. Focusing is a form of distraction where you give your full attention to something neutral or calming. This could be watching a candle flicker, listening to music, or feeling the texture of a smooth stone. The key is to become completely absorbed in the activity, using all your senses to stay present. When your mind wanders, gently bring it back to the object of focus. This practice helps anchor you in the present moment and reduces emotional overwhelm. Relaxation techniques are essential tools for managing stress and emotional intensity. Methods like relaxation breathing and progressive muscle relaxation can be practiced daily, even when you feel calm. The more you practice, the more automatic these skills become, making them easier to use when you're stressed. Find a technique that feels comfortable and effective for you and make it a regular part of your routine. Over time, you'll notice greater resilience and calm. Breathing exercises are a foundation of relaxation. Diaphragmatic breathing, where your stomach expands as you inhale, helps activate your body's relaxation response. Try placing one hand on your chest and one on your stomach to feel the difference. Practice breath counting, inhale for 4 counts, exhale for 8, and gradually extend your exhale. Techniques like the relaxing sigh or stress release mantra can further enhance your sense of calm. Make breathing exercises a go-to tool in your emotional toolkit. Imagery is a powerful way to create a sense of peace and safety. Picture a place where you feel calm, maybe a beach, a mountain, or a cozy room. Use all your senses to make the image vivid. Notice the sights, sounds, smells, and sensations. Practicing imagery daily, even when you're not upset, makes it easier to access during stressful times. Over time, your mind learns to associate these images with relaxation and comfort. Transitional object, talisman, or anchor is a comforting item that helps ground you during emotional episodes. It might be a stuffed animal, a favorite piece of jewelry, or a photo that reminds you of someone safe. When you hold or look at this object, recall the pleasant memories and feelings it represents. This simple act can provide reassurance and help you reconnect with a sense of safety and support, especially during difficult moments. One of the most practical steps you can take is to create a list of distracting activities that work for you. Include a mix of indoor and outdoor, quiet and active, solo and social options. Share your list with your support team and keep copies handy. When emotions run high, consult your list and choose an activity that feels manageable. Having options ready makes it easier to take action even when you're feeling overwhelmed. When you're in the midst of an emotional episode, decision-making can be tough. Organize your distraction activities by how easy, helpful, or available they are. Write each activity on a card and keep them in places you frequent. This way you can simply pick a card and follow its suggestion, reducing the pressure to choose in the moment. This system is especially useful when you have responsibilities or need to care for others. A reinforcement team is a group of people who support your emotional growth. Keep their contact information handy and don't hesitate to reach out when you need encouragement. Ask them to remind you of your distraction activities or suggest new ones. Their support can make a big difference, especially when you're struggling to motivate yourself. Remember, you don't have to go through challenging times alone. Lean on your team for strength and guidance. Bag of Tricks or Coping Basket is a collection of items and activities that help you distract and self-soothe. Fill it with things like word puzzles, music, coloring books, or comforting notes. When your emotional intensity is high, reach for your bag and choose an activity. Having these resources ready makes it easier to take positive action even when you're feeling overwhelmed. Personalize your basket to suit your preferences and needs. Distraction Box is another creative way to organize your activities. Write each activity on a separate card or piece of paper and place them in a box. When you need to distract, simply draw a card and do the activity listed. This element of surprise can make the process more engaging and less overwhelming. It's a simple, hands-on tool that encourages you to take action, even when motivation is low. There are countless ways to distract yourself in healthy, positive ways. Some ideas include blowing bubbles, listening to music, coloring, taking a bath, playing computer games, or going for a walk. You might also try cooking, gardening, reading, or doing puzzles. The key is to choose activities that genuinely engage your attention and bring you comfort. Experiment with different options to find what works best for you. Self-soothing behaviors are activities that help calm your body and mind. These might include cuddling in a blanket, meditating, painting, or spending time with a pet. The goal is to create a sense of safety and relaxation, reducing emotional intensity. Incorporate self-soothing into your daily routine, not just during difficult times. Over time, these behaviors become second nature, helping you manage stress more effectively. Safe place imagery is a powerful distraction technique. Visualize a place where you feel completely safe and calm. It could be a real location or an imaginary one, filled with objects and sensations that bring you comfort. Practice creating and visiting this safe place in your mind, especially when you notice your emotions intensifying. Over time, this mental retreat becomes a reliable sanctuary during stressful moments. Make your safe place imagery more effective. Gather pictures or draw scenes that represent comfort and safety. Include items like pillows, familiar objects, or favorite books. Place these images where you can see them daily or create a physical space in your home that reflects your safe place. The more you engage with these images, the easier it becomes to access feelings of calm and security when you need them. Develop a personal ritual for accessing your safe place. You might use a phrase like, "I'm going to my safe place until my emotional intensity comes down," or imagine walking down a hallway to your sanctuary. Practice this ritual regularly so it becomes automatic. The more familiar the process, the more quickly you can use it to calm yourself during emotional episodes. Spend time each day looking at your safe place images, then close your eyes and recreate the scene in your mind. This daily practice strengthens your ability to access calm and comfort, even when you're not looking at the pictures. Over time, you'll find it easier to use safe place imagery during stressful moments, making it a reliable tool for emotional resilience. Continuum Worksheet is a structured way to process emotional episodes. Start by objectively describing the event that triggered your emotions. Be as detailed as possible, focusing on facts rather than interpretations. This step helps you separate the situation from your feelings, making it easier to analyze and respond constructively. Use this worksheet regularly to build self-awareness and improve your emotional management skill. Next, identify and name the emotions you experienced and describe the physical sensations that accompanied them. This might include a racing heart, sweating, or shaking. By labeling your feelings and bodily responses, you gain a clearer understanding of your emotional patterns. This awareness is crucial for choosing the right distraction or self-soothing technique in the moment. Write down the thoughts you had during the episode without judging or evaluating them. Then, identify the filters or themes present in your thinking. This might include patterns like catastrophizing or all-or-nothing thinking. Recognizing these filters helps you challenge distorted thoughts and choose healthier perspectives. Over time, this practice leads to more balanced and constructive self-talk. Reflect on the action urges you felt. What did you want to do in response to your emotions? Then, describe the behaviors you actually engaged in. This step helps you notice the gap between impulse and action and highlights opportunities for using distraction or self-soothing techniques. The more you practice this reflection, the more control you gain over your responses. Identify cognitive distortions from your worksheet and list at least 3 challenges to each one. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I always mess up," challenge it by recalling times you succeeded. This process helps you break free from negative thinking patterns and build more realistic, empowering beliefs. Over time, challenging distortions becomes a natural part of your emotional toolkit. Record the distracting or self-soothing activities you used, along with your emotional intensity before and after. This helps you see which techniques are most effective for you. Over time, you'll build a personalized list of go-to strategies that reliably help you manage emotional episodes. Celebrate your progress and keep refining your approach as you learn what works best. Positive affirmations and cheerleading statements are powerful tools for shifting your mindset. Use phrases like, "I can handle this," or "This feeling will pass." Write them down and keep them visible or repeat them to yourself during difficult moments. These statements reinforce your ability to cope and remind you that you have the strength to manage emotional intensity. Make affirmations a regular part of your self-care routine. Know you're effectively using distraction when you reach out for support, use positive self-talk, or consult your activity cards. Other signs include reading affirmations, identifying specific activities to manage emotional intensity, and feeling a shift in focus. Recognizing these moments helps reinforce your progress and encourages you to keep practicing these valuable skills. Take time to reflect on what you found most helpful in this lesson. Maybe it was learning new distraction activities, understanding the importance of self-soothing, or practicing safe place imagery. Reflection helps you internalize these skills and recognize your growth. Remember, every step you take toward emotional management is a step toward greater freedom and resilience. Between stimulus and response, there is a space. In that space lies our freedom and power to choose our response. By practicing distraction and emotional management skills, you expand that space and gain more control over your reactions. This is where true growth and freedom are found. Keep practicing, stay patient with yourself, and remember that every effort counts on your journey to emotional well-being.